Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my speech practice while gaming series. The game is Tower Dominion, and in this series I read aloud on-screen text and I voice out my strategies and I reason out loud. I'll be making multiple mistakes with my sentences, phrases, and paragraphs, and with the series being speech practice, I will repeat them until I get satisfied with how I say them. I practice my speaking pace, I practice the loudness of my voice, I practice enunciation, and I also practice trying to deliver what I have in mind, verbally communicating what I want to say. It's a weak point of mine that I decided I want to practice, and what better way to do it than to practice while I'm playing a game. Now, about the session. For today's session, we are going for the theme of overconfidence. Why? Well, in the previous session, I was able to get a confidence boost. What do I mean by that? Well, I went through, I was able to finish 2 expeditions, both wins, although it's just difficulty 1, but still, a win is a win. And it is also the first stream in the series that I was able to complete the session with my voice intact. Usually towards the end, I run out of steam, I get tired, and my voice starts to disappear entirely. And I go mute towards the end. In the previous session that changed, a few things helped. Namely the verbal breaks during the waves and between phases or between rounds. I also have ginger tea ready in the previous session. But with today's theme, overconfidence, I'm not drinking any tea. I am now drinking coffee. Coffee with some breadcrumbs inside. Yes. Coffee with breadcrumbs. But still, I'm going to take the verbal breaks during the waves. That will be part of the format. I've proven that that works. That helped me last longer, and I will be able to practice more of my speech if my voice lasts longer. Anyway, into the game we go. So, Codex is at 67%. Getting close to a nice number there. We've ran into multiple foes already. 80 is more than half. Final waves faced more than half. I've unlocked more than half of the commanders or heroes. I've also unlocked on all of the buildings, although I haven't seen or used any some of them yet. Neutral buildings, I only have one locked. With that in mind, I'm going to build an air command in this session if I can get to it. And it also looks like I've unlocked all the weapons. I just need to see and or use them. Frontier mode, I have 0% because I have not won any of the tier 4 difficulties yet. The highest difficulty of expeditions I've won is the tier 3 expedition with the hero Techno Adept Jorg. Today we are going to step up 2 difficulty levels from difficulty 1, skipping difficulty. We're skipping difficulty level 2 because we are overconfident today. Yeah. Now, who do we want to play with? We are gonna play a commander that we have no wins yet. There are no commanders unlocked without a win for the Iron Cocoon, so we are going for either Lions of Ravelski or the Pargan Soul. To speed things up with choosing a commander, I'll just go down the line and start with the very first commander with no wins yet. Lions of Ravelski, Prime-Knazyh. With the speech practice in mind, we are going to start reading on-screen text, starting now. Lions of Ravelski, proud and glorious warriors. The 8th Armored has the best training, the best equipment, and genetically modified super soldiers. Their skills: blazing commanders. The commander personally fights on the battlefield. Noble houses gain double the amount of blueprints and reinforcements. For the hero, we have Prime-Knazyhestelia, Prime Infiltrator, plus 25 discovery. Guerrilla warfare, buildings adjacent to a neutral building gain plus 1 range and plus 20 damage. With that in mind, this expedition will be focused on buildings surrounding neutral buildings. Let's start the campaign. 32 waves, starting with 3 battlefronts. Let's start. Right off the bat, the map starts with 3 battlefronts. Looking nice. Let's orient our camera. First off, this lane has 1 tile towards the HQ. This 1 tile, this has 3 entry points. I would like to extend this, or at least one of the entry points. I would like to map out my zones with the possibility of creating pits. I'm enjoying the pits in my previous runs on and off stream, so I think I would like to continue creating pits on the map. Starting off with a straight lane going towards here, I think. Let's start with HQ upgrades. What do we want? The HQ is not really a very strong building, and the buildings we want are buildings next to neutral grounds or neutral buildings, so not the best decision to add a banner of regiment. I'd probably choose the Reaper turrets here. Third is not, I don't always use the third level for this HQ. For the first, our focus is buildings and not really the troops, nor is it the HQ, so I'm going to start with a support helipad. Let's start with 10% repair and the 5 recon production. That's enough for the HQ. We want defensive buildings. Star Skull is a beautiful building, but there is no weapon, so that's not a defensive building. With that in mind, let's just read through some of the upgrades here. Nothing that we really need, so just cancel out the building of that blueprint and focus on defensives. Let's create some mirror doors. Are there any height 3 tiles I could put my mirror door in? Not really. But this has good coverage. However, that covers just 2 lanes. Most of them will probably show up here. Let's find a nice height and nice position. Not much with good positions here. Instead of spending for a mirror door, I think let's spend on the reaper turrets instead. We have no real plans to build buildings adjacent to the HQ. We want buildings adjacent to the neutral zone, or neutral buildings. I kept making that mistake. Neutral buildings. So let's take the reaper turrets. And let's see, is this enough to protect us during this wave? Let us send the wave. Let's go. Good enough, it seems. We survived. One of the best buildings, I think, for this commander is the Durandal position. The Durandal position has an upgrade that gives it more range when it's next to the neutral building, although we don't have any neutral buildings yet. Still, it is a building that I want. And with the light mortar position this early, if we place it somewhere nice early on, it could start increasing the damage with one of its upgrades. Now, as you can see, I've chosen in the reinforcements, I chosen Durandal position and light mortar position. I got 2 copies of them instead of 1 because of the bonus for the faction noble houses. No real plans to upgrade, but I want to put down my light mortars as early as possible. I want learning machines on my light mortar position, because each wave it gains 5% additional damage. The earlier the better. That's enough for the light mortar position. I just wanted to put it down. Now for the next light mortar position, I don't really see any good placements for it similar to this one, so I'm gonna hold off on that. And I'm gonna send the next wave. I still have enough light mortar positions in stock. I would like to get additional supplies, and with the negotiation skills, we also get plus 50% supply amounts offered in reinforcements. So this phase of the game is the reinforcements, where you choose a bundle. The next time I get offered 100 supply, it will be instead 150. I have a tendency to choose supplies over buildings or doctrines, because in all or most of my previous expeditions, I tend to have a lot of spare blueprints and not enough resources. Alright, we are gonna place our next zone. Where do we want it? I think I want to enclose this lane. I'm not sure if I want to connect them or not. The number of battlefronts really doesn't matter yet for our commander, but I think they're for our HQ and other buildings. I'm sure the battlefront, the number of battlefronts matters. So we're going to hold off on that. I have a light mortar position here. I would rather have a straight tile here instead. I could do this and add a straight or a light mortar position here. So I think that's what I am going to do. Let's increase the length of this path. Now, here is our first neutral building. Now, buildings adjacent to neutral buildings gain +1 range, plus 20% damage, and with our first neutral building, if we activate it, we only get 50% additional HP, but that also scales up the repair that we have. We could probably place. Do we want to place the Durandal? It's at a very low height. I really want usually platforms, so I could get a height 3 Durandal next to neutral buildings. So instead, I think I'm gonna add a sturdy bunker here just to activate it. And do I want to place a light mortar here? And now I think I do, but not on this tile. I can place the light mortar here and take out the sturdy bunker, so that we have just one building next to it, and we could take this out. The neutral building is still activated. I'll take this decision and add learning machines to this guy. Will we survive? Are we gonna save up for better placements? I think so. How high is this? It's a height 3. It's a good spot to remember. Good place, good buildings there. Send the next week. Looks like we need to increase our firepower. Our HQ or our HQ is gaining damage. What do we want to do? Do you want to take the supply, or do we want to reinforce the HQ? Reinforce structure. HQ gains 5% repair per battlefront. We have 3, that's 15% repair. And we already have 10, that makes 25%. That is a lot of HP. With that, we could probably save up or survive more waves um, without the need to have suboptimal placements. And we could also get tight ranked spell or buildings adjacent to 4 other buildings. Gain plus 20% damage. So the building that you want this bonus on should have 4 more buildings next to it. If it's a 1-tile building, then you place 4 buildings on all sides. We could instead take the supply and reduce the cost of the mortar, but we could also take light mortar position now with a Durandal. This will give us good number of Durandals in stock, and we could start adding early light mortar positions with the learning upgrade. I think I'll take this option. With that decision made, I will start adding the light mortars. I will probably add the light mortar here with the learning machine. I could also add the light mortar here, also with the learning machine. Not the best placement for that guy. How about this placement? If we have both of these light mortars and we have support fire on these guys, then the building beside them would have 2 bonuses of support fire. I think this is nice. Let's add the learning machines. Right. Now, how do we protect ourselves from other lanes other than the river currents? I think we need to start adding in our buildings. Or do we? We have a very nice placement. Can we survive a few more waves without adding buildings? Let's try it. Send the next wave. Alright. The werewolf position is a good building to have beside the HQ. You don't really need buildings beside the HQ. Or I think we might do, actually. We might be getting overconfident. The HQ might be in danger. Yeah, I think let's get a werewolf position with a supply. Alright, that's 2 werewolves and a little bit of supply. Looks like we found the straight piece we want for this. Let's add in the straight piece, and there's a neutral building. All buildings gain plus 10% damage against air units. Not really a threat yet, not really required to have anything next to it. Not the best Durandal position at 1 and 0 height. I think let's start adding the werewolf positions. I want to start adding werewolf position where we need the coverage. We need protection from this entry points and this entry point. So let's place it here at height 0. Height 0 has a very nice bonus to it. Doesn't have coverage on this part, so let's probably add another werewolf position over here. Do we have enough to upgrade early easy access? No. Let's send the next wave. Looks like the werewolves are able to help us survive. What do we want next? Do we want the supply or do we want the platform? I think we want the platform so that we have them ready, and then minus 10% cost could easily cover 150 supply in the long run, I think. %. 150 is 10% of 1500. If you purchase overcharged ammunition, so we probably want warden protocol on this, guys. Anyway, with enough werewolf positions, I think we can cover that. And we don't really need the sturdy bunker. We don't need the Puma position. I want the platform, and we would like the discount. Alright. Let's see. We have 2 platforms. Can we make a height 3 durandal? Yes, we can. However, that really is not a weak spot. Our weak spot is somewhere else. So instead of the durandal, we will upgrade our werewolves with easy access. And I'm not planning to spend tech on my werewolves here, especially not next to a neutral building. Another easy access upgrade, and let's send the next wave in. Alright, decisions. We would like a lot of neutral buildings, so my decision is to get tireless patrols, plus 5 discovery per battlefront. And continuing with our speech practice, battlefront. A battlefront is a unique path leading to one or more HQ's entrances. Discovery, more chances to discover neutral buildings. We want tireless patrols, and we don't have any Puma positions yet, I think. So that's a good blueprint to have in stock. Threats have been spotted. On wave 10, we are facing the Metacris and the Brighta. The Metacris is an air unit, which means it takes minus 50% damage taken from regular weapons. My sentence did not make sense. Air units, how do I say this? Air units, I shouldn't say take. I already have the word taken on that. So air units take 50% less damage from regular weapons. Alright, that's the Metacris. And the Brighta is a tunneler. Creates tunnel entrances at each threat level from which non-flying regular foes can attack. And the shield grants extra hit points. So on a tier 1, our problems are shields and air units, which we need shield breakers and anti-air. Do we have those already? No. But we have Puma positions, and we don't have any shield breakers. don't have any shield breakers, but with enough firepower, it should be fine. Anti-air is probably more important. Let's extend. Start extending. I will probably want a path here. Or I would like to extend this. Honestly, no. I think I'll extend this like this, create a pit here, and I extend this guy with the brighter. The brighter forces us to place a zone, three-way split zone. It's a square with entrance on all four sides, so it's something to think about when you want to figure out the zoning. So with that in mind, I probably want to put the brighter on the longest path, and I want the path to extend as much as possible, so I will probably want it here. I'll try to make this longer before the bright zone. Alright, what's this? Adjacent buildings gain detection and +1 range. It's a good spot for a light mortar position. Or a Durandal. How high is it? A 3. I will probably want a Durandal there. Alright, let's find the best orientation. Zoom in a little. What do we want to do? We don't have much to spend. What can we level? Not much. Let's save up for our first Durandal, I think. Looks like we need the help next or close to our HQ. What do we want? We probably want the Bastion ready. The Bastion can give us anti-air and shield breakers. I want to stock up on Bastions. Not much to spare. I probably want to upgrade our Werewolves. Yes. This will probably help our HQ survive. Alright. Lead by example. While you have only one Durandal position, all buildings plus 10% damage. We will not take this. We are planning to add more Durandals than one. Direct orders. Buildings adjacent to HQ gain plus 15% damage and minus 15% upgrade cost. Shooting drills. Plus 20% infantry rate of fire. Not really our focus. We are mostly focused on buildings, not infantry. What do we want? We want more Durandal positions really, but this gives air units. You can get Durandals with additional damage to air. Although that's will still come up negative. We probably want even more bastions, and the direct orders is a good upgrade to have for any werewolves or any other buildings we have next to the HQ. Let's take this. Let's extend the zone. Keep in mind we will have the brightness next turn, so we are gonna extend to a bright here. Yes, I think we will. What orientation do we want? How high is this? 0, 1, 2, 3. That's a 3 for sure. This is probably a 2. Let's add the 3 height probably closer to the HQ. Yes. And upgrade cost for adjacent buildings. We want building next to this for sure. Doesn't have to be a Durandal, but can also be a Durandal. First up, let's upgrade our werewolf here. Sure, no. We need to focus on the HQ survival before the strong Durandals. Let's see. Additional upgrades for the werewolf and additional bastions. I think I want this over the supply and light mortar. Or do I? Let's see. Where can we place light mortar positions? Even more light mortar positions. One here. Probably another here. Or here. Also here. But I think we need the werewolf upgrade. How about I place light mortar position here? I want the werewolf upgrade. Let's take it. Alright. They are coming out of the tunnel. Let's add the brighter. I think like this. Great. What can we upgrade? What can we do? 348. Not much. Not much. Nothing really. Almost nothing. I think as soon as we get enough supply, let's add the Durandal position here. Alright. What do we have? What don't we have? We could get more werewolves or more platforms, or I think more werewolves and recon. Alright. I would like a pit here. What's this? 10 discovery. We could place... What can we place? I think let's place the star skull here just to activate this. Local underground. Place it just for the activation. Don't really need anything much yet. But we probably want to save it for Seal of Pristine Glory. Let's try and upgrade the Warwolf. Which one? Just one of them. I think this one. So it can reach the lane with the brighter. Alright, nice coverage. Send the next wave. What do we want? Definitely not simple stock. I think vicious crossfire. Each building adjacent to at least one other building gains plus 5% fire rate. And recon. Now, we are obviously getting overconfident. The HQ is dying. What do we need? Will more werewolves solve it? Or will we need the Mirador? How about let's get Miradors next to the HQ for close support. Can we place it here? We got close support. Send the next wave in. We are surviving. Let's take the first batch. Right. Do we want to extend this with a split? High altitude flyers might be a problem if a pit goes here, but I think we are willing to take that risk. Let's get a pit. What's this? Surveyable pit. Nice. What do we want? We probably want more doctrines from here. Now, what's this? A neutral building. Adjacent buildings gain plus 75% damage, but their upgrades cost 25% more. Another good placement for a Durandal. Do we think the Durandal can cover this lane? If I put it here. Could it reach? Yes, it can. And with +2 range, It definitely will. Could almost reach the HQ. Let's try and get this next, but first we need close support for sure. Underground depot. Are we going to save for long barrels or not? We only have one weapon here. This close support doesn't give us a weapon. We can only get one weapon with long barrels. Not the best. Let's just take logistic reinforcement, and then we could get close support. Alright. 7 to supply, not much to spend. Send the next wave. We survive. Do we want a medium mortar position? Or even more Durandals? 4 of them. We have 4 Durandals. Don't have much supply, but if we could start getting Durandal position upgrades, then that would be best. I think let's start adding Durandals. Yes. Alright. Do we add the Durandal? Do we save for the Durandal or for the seal? And then the reliquary. And then the cross. Let's save for, I think, up to Reliquary of Yadira. Do I want 2 light mortars or 2 light mortars? Probably 2 light mortars. And a zone command. Let's take this. Straight line can go here, I think. Or it can go here, so we can start extending this. Yes. This guy or this guy? I think this guy, so we could break up the 2 entry points. Make them different distances from the HQ. Yep. Hey, look. Adjacent building gains detection and range. We want the range, we don't really need detection. Not yet. Let's start spending. No. Let's save up and zoom out. Send. We are starting to take damage again. Let's take the supply and discovery. We should probably start spending. So let's take Seal of Pristine Glory for the damage. And the Reliquary. And we start spending on other buildings next round. I think let's take the Cross of Ellipse here now. Spend the tech. We have a lot of recon. Let's spend it on the surveyable pit. HQ gains. What do we need? We need a repair. Spend more recon. Better werewolves. And another level. Even better werewolves. Right, why does it not show here? Never mind. Let's save up. Next wave. Sending now. Right. Do we want mission control? What is this for? Mission control adds a control extension to the main building. Each extension analyzes the battlefield to enhance your damage. We probably want this. Can we check the codex? Mission control. It could get the weapon, either blueprints, or buildings adjacent to the mission control, or foreign studies, supply and recon. Spending tech. Oh, double if adjacent to a neutral building. I will probably want this. Reroll costs, -5 recon. I don't really need it. Gain 1 blueprint among 5 2 times. Or a weapon. I would like a mission control. Yes, I want. I have tech to spend, so I want Claymore and mission control. That's our first Claymore as well. What are the next level of threats? Implacable, and there goes the problem. High altitude flyers. I knew it. We need to extend the distance of the entry points from our HQ, and that includes the Brighta and the Krylo, and we need anti-air, definitely, for sure, definitely. This is a problem. 3-way. We probably want to start. If this is a 3-way, we need to extend the distance or increase the number of entry points that are farther away from our HQ. I think let's extend this farther away. We want to reroll instead. We want to extend this, guys, but we don't want entry points, additional entry points close to the HQ. Let's reroll. Okay, that's 1-to-1. Probably here. I don't plan to add any more pits next or too close to my HQ, so add this here. And look, the recon production. Let's add light mortar with learning machine. We probably want the zone command with asking for supply and recon. Supply, how much recon? 300. Oh my god, 900 supply. It's too expensive. Supply production needs tech. Probably not gonna spend that. Mission control is it's not expensive, but I don't have it. What can I do? We really need the Durandal early, but I think increase the range of this guy. No, we don't have much to spend. Let's just send the next wave and try to survive. We don't need the armored staging ground. We probably need a structural network. Let's see. Should we add the Durandal now? How much does it cover? No, I think the problems are the air units. The high flying ones. We need anti-air. Anti-air is usually what causes me problems most often. Or air units, I say. We need anti-air. Probably a good time to add more bastions, or how about claymores? Claymores close or next to the HQ, I think. Do we want this bonus? How do we get this bonus? I think we could just get the bonus next to, or being next to the HQ. And then let's start upgrading for anti-air as soon as possible. Alright. Do we want? Do we want the cruiser cannon? I don't think so. The HQ isn't really that strong, I think. Yeah. The HQ just has to survive. We don't need a cruiser cannon. So I guess we want this? No, it's not the way for it. So let's take the platform. Another 3-way. What can we do with you? Can I? Should I? How about this guy? What's the plan here? Lane here. Probably a pit here. This could be. Could probably close this with a lane. This could be somewhere else like that. This could be a pit. This can be extended. And like this. HU gains 15% repair. We need that. How high is this? How about let's start adding a bastion? But that's not as efficient. Bastion goes here. We could add light mortar here. Yeah. Just to activate the HP. And then learning machines for sure. So that's additional HQ repair, 30%. Will we survive? I hope so. Now, anti-air. We need this guy. Yeah. Air units are more of a problem close to the HQ, so anti-air. And what do we need? I think ammo reserve. Send the next wave. We really need more anti-air next to the HQ, so I want more claymores, and let's stock up on Durandals as well. Too many Durandals, really. Alright. Another Brighton nest, probably here. Yes, here. And I think Claymore. Another Claymore before the ammo reserve upgrade, I think. Yeah. Another Claymore here. Or here. Is this anti-air? Yeah, but we probably want this for requisition. So no. We want 3 more here. Not this way. I2. Height 1. Here and here. Yeah. Okay, more here. With anti-air. And anti-air. And can we spend more? Not really. 230. 230. Not much to spend. Let's try and let's pray we survive. Okay. Expedition 1. Overconfident for sure. How about let's go back. Still stay overconfident. Campaign. And just change our commander. And change the faction as well. So, Pargan Assault Group. The 24th Cavalry prides itself as the most advanced and competent regiment of the cohort. They prefer a tactical approach to the traditional blazing bayonet charges. Shock troops start with 20 recon production. Tactical force. Headquarters have unique options to tailor your force. Architectus Droh. Architectologist. Cost of buildings is reduced by 15%. All buildings plus 50% HP. So for this guy, it's more about HP and buildings. More like the barricades, I guess. If I get barricades, it should be more about the HP. The HQ should get a lot of HP. And an extension, the getting more repair will scale with HP. Let's start the campaign. Alright, three-way, very similar. I don't really enjoy this kind of connection. Then again, I have no choice. The only choice is forward. Would you look at that connection here? High ground, very nice. Yeah, let's make this kind of connection. We could add like platforms here, and then we could get like 2x2, 3 height tile. It's nice. Start with the HQ and spend our tech. It's orbital relay or communication array. I like the orbital relay. Supply. Now, all buildings plus HP. HQ gain 40%. Repair. Definitely this. It combines for sure with this bonus. So, yeah. Plus 50% HP and plus 50% even more. And we could get repair. We could survive a lot of waves, I hope. Now, protection. We need protection. What do we need? We need buildings. I think Mirador next to the HQ. We could get close support. Although that the HQ doesn't have any weapons, so it doesn't benefit from the damage gain. However, that's additional HP and additional repair. It combines for sure with the bonuses. Yes, let's add this. We probably want underground depot for sure. Does the damage of this building matter? Do we want long barrels or logistic reinforcement? Well, I think it's a similar decision to previous. I've made this kind of decision already, I think. So it's something I've experienced already. So we only have one gun and we're gonna get close support. So with the long barrels upgrade, it's not really worth it. So let's get logistic reinforcement instead and then get close support early on. And then we're going to add, I think we're gonna add miradors all over the HQ. I think. Alright, let's send the next wave in. Alright. I want this combination. It's surveillance and improved foundations. Pit surveillance. On revealing a pit, gain 500 supply and improved foundations. HQ base HP increased by 1000. Alright. We are surviving for sure. 45% repair is so much. Do we want the mirador next to the HQ now, or do you want to save the space for like better buildings? Not really. Let's keep adding miradors. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Alright. I want more miradors. Let's extend. This will probably not be a pit. Yeah, for sure not a pit. Because you could connect the entry points. Where do we want a pit? We could connect a pit here. Or there could be a pit here or here. This could be a pit for sure. But then again, having pits too close to the HQ was a problem. But was it a big problem? Not really. Yeah, I guess at the minimum, let's add pits at 2 zones away. This will be a pit. Adjacent building gains 70% additional damage, but the upgrade cost 25% more. I don't need to think about that. What I need to think about is close support miradors. Yep. Is it possible to survive with mostly repair? I'm not sure. This is a good combination. Mirador and barricades. But the miradors first before the barricades, I think. Let's take a look at the barricade. Could make the HQ stronger or this building stronger. We could increase this building's HP depending on the battlefront, or we could get supply if it's destroyed. We could get this looks nice. How about we save the barricade and use it in front of the pits? let them get destroyed and gain supply from it. Yeah. I want that. Oh wait, it costs tech. It's fine, I think. Yeah, we could probably spend tech for this. Alright, cancel that. Focus on the mirror doors. Double clicking mouse. We will keep adding mirror doors. Oh look, one advanced mirror door. Sanction attenuator, I don't know what it's for. What building will we sanction? I'm not sure. We could combine this now. But should we? Look at that. That space. We probably want that space. Yes. We want this. I think. I thinks. I stinks. No neutral buildings. Where do we want this advanced mirror door? Let's place it later. Focus on this. Support. Another mirror door. Here or here? The advanced mirror door will probably go here. Or wait. Advanced get more range, more damage. How about we save this for somewhere else that's better? If we need the... I think if we need the detection. We need the detection and we need to activate the neutral building. To get detection, long barrels, veteran reinforcement. Yep, let's save it. Let's just use the normal regular mirror doors. Let's try to be quick on the first few waves. Yeah, let's try and make it quick because the theme is overconfidence. Would you look at that? Direct orders and the mirror door? Do I need the warble position next to the HQ? Not really. I want mirror doors. Yes. Mirror door, underground, logistic, to support, then another mirror door later on. Another barricade for us. Mirror door costs 1. New threats. Okay, so we do need detection. And shield breakers. Can we face those by smashing their faces in on the HQ walls? Can we survive? Alright, let's try. Let us try. We want a pit here, then extend this here, a pit here, extend this, a pit here. Yeah. Basement production. We want this. How high is that? Height 3. This is a good placement for this mirror door, I think. Height 3. Detection. And then back to the mirror doors. We want them to face plant themselves towards the HQ. Yeah, let's change the orientation, I think. That way, and drink water during the next week. Right, what do we want? How many mirror doors do we still have in stock? We have 2. We need more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6 mirror doors. Do we need anything else though? We probably want different buildings later on, but we even want the light mortar positions for sure. But we are doing this for science. Yeah, let's do the face planting. Let's face plant. Should cover the lane. Wait, this doesn't have close support yet. Let's cancel this, get close support, and keep sending the waves. Alright. Do we want lead back sample? We probably want mirror door efficiency. Alright. Not here, not here, not here. We want this. Probably here. Yes. Yes, yo. This could be a bit. This would not be a bit. This could be a bit. This will not be a bit. This will be a bit. So this way, I think. Yeah. Right. What do we want? Mirror doors. Even more mirror doors. Mirror doors over here. Close support. Underground depot, logistic reinforcement, close support. Right, what do we want? Probably buildings HP. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, okay. Will they be a problem? I don't think so. Camouflage units usually isn't a problem with face planting. Shields could be a problem. Still try it. Let's go. The HQ is too strong. We don't want the epsilon action, but we want control of inventory. However, we want Bastion and Mirador. We want to... What do we want to do? We want to extend this. Yes. Is that a mistake? Never mind. Support, another Mirador, probably here. With underground. Go. We want... What do we want? Probably want control of inventory for sure. 20% is 40. In 10 turns, it could match first batch, and we have more than 10. Local collaboration will make it worth building next to neutral buildings. So yeah. Now this could get stronger because of local collaboration. Buildings adjacent to a neutral building gain 50% damage. Alright, that's an upgrade. Next, even more Miradors with close support. Look at that upgrade. Look at that HP. Yeah, 9k. How much HP can we gain throughout the expedition? We could also add barricades. This could give more HP to the HQ, if I remember correctly. Yes, HQ HP and just one upgrade. We want supply and we want Imperial program. What do we want? Do we have a Durandal? We have a Bastion, we don't have a Durandal. I don't need a scout hideout, I think. Durandal, let's go. But we don't need to use it. We are... I want to loop around if possible. I hope it is. Let's see. We are facing... It's a three-way. Here. Wow. Detection and range. What do we want? Next to it is... Could be a Durandal. But back to the HQ. Why? Because we want close support. We want those flags. Let's go. Face plant. Solid foundations. Even more HQ HP. Even more flags. Give me more of those flags. We have not gotten any pets yet, but we have some spaces ready. Even more barricades. I think let's start working towards the pets. What do we want? We don't need this. Better mirror doors, I think. And even more. What do we want? Do we want the super heavy pulse cannon? I think so. Oh wait, air units. High altitude. All buildings deal 15% additional damage to air units. Air domination. We want this. Alright. Face plant. Face planting. Let's go. We have run out of mirror doors. We don't have pits yet to add our barricades. So I think we could start building other blueprints, using other blueprints. How about sky? Yep. Good coverage. barricades. Overclocked corridors. We could hail through it for sure. I mean, look at the repair, 75%. It's too much. How much can we gain? How much more can we gain? 2 more. That's 10% more. Oh god. 75% plus 10 is 85. 85% HP repair. Yeah, let's take this. Oh wait, a barricade. We could have another barricade. Now we need to supply how many more rounds? More than 10. Let's take this. Supply is very much needed. One of the bonus is more damage with one Durandal. So we need to place the Durandal in the best possible position for it. Probably a height 3 Durandal with or beside the neutral building. Anti-air. We need anti-air and detection. Wait, shield breakers. I think we could start placing or using bastions, but I want my bastions either at height 0 or at height 3. This is height 3. 2, height 1. This is height 3 at the center. This is my decision for now. Yeah. Height 3, high ground. Do we really need the detection? I mean, they are just face planting. The problems are the Krylo, probably the Mucos. I don't have AoEs yet. The tier 3 for sure, the final wave. I think let's wait. What matters is tier 3 and the final wave. I want to know what the threats are. Yep, we survived. I want a platform. Any bastion. 3-way. I want 3-way. Probably here or here. Could make this a bit here. This can go straight towards here. Will I join you both? I think I can join both of you. Yeah. Or I could also close this out. I want to reroll straight. I want this. I want to be able to have a pit. Alright. Base planting again. Or maybe another bastion at height 3. Let's go. This bastion can go here. Before the high ground, I want the light mortar probably. Learning machines and support fire, I think. Nah, let's not add that. We want face planters, really. This could get damage, AoE, protection. Can wait. Let's take this guy. Alright. Face planting wave again. Let's go. Right. Vicious crossfire. Or first batch. I want a barricade though. Alright, can we survive? I hope so. Do we need to add anything before we continue? How about height 3 werewolves? This is height 3. 2 is 3. No, we want to use that as a height 3 4x4 or 2x2. Height 3. Goes to the HQ. We need the AoE. There, yeah, height 3. Height 3 AoEs. And have a shell. Or do I have the bonus for having just one werewolf? I do not. But if I get it, then I want the werewolf to be in the best placement. Is this the best? Or is this? Any other? I think this is the best placement. Nice. Heavy shells. We can save up on the tech. We could probably wait because our firepower is the wall power. Face planting. Let's go. $500 supply. I really want more miradors. Zone expansion. Where do we want you? Let's reroll. There, I want this. We could start getting more pets. Alright. What can we upgrade? Not much. How about this guy? Veteran reinforcement. Veteran. Face planting session. Let's go. What do we want? Do we want Zapper surveys? How much platforms do we have? Not much. 0. We want higher intercession. And we want... What do we want? What do we want? Not much. What's this like? I want barricades next to the pits. Right. There is the doctrine for simple stock. Oh, and 350 supply, however, division relay. Request more supply. How much supply? I forgot. I tend to forget. Have I built it before? There. Screen. Screen here. It's confusing. Oh, relay antennas. And then buildings next to them. It's a bonus. Or... So I could gain 4 relay antennas. Each antenna increases 15 supply, I think. So 60 supply, production, some recon production, and I could add the buildings next to the relay antennas. They could be stronger. I could place them. Yeah, it should be next to height 3. I could find some. 60 and 10 turns, 600. I'll just take this 350 straight up. Alright. Do you want the entry point here? Or... I really want the pit. Let's just add it here. Let's go. More HQ HB. 22,000. Haha. Look, even more repair. Do we need it? Not really. That can wait. What can't wait though is I want this. With even more HQ HP. Reusable parts for when it's destroyed. I can get 10 supply. I want it destroyed. And buildings aren't really the main firepower we have. What? It's just 1,861. Firepower is Mirador. Okay. This upgrade can wait. Mirador, Mirador, Mirador mostly, and then the HQ. Mirador, Mirador, then this guy. Yeah. It can wait. What do we want? Let's just save up, I think. I want the shrapnel, I think. And I can save up for this. Are there any implacable units? Yes. This is implacable. But they are not a problem, so. Base planting session, let's go. Alright. Not this guy for sure. Buildings doesn't cost much. It's even more expensive to upgrade, really. Yeah. So I think I want this. Quality over quantity. And I could get a claymore defense that I don't have. Alright. Send the next wave in. Let's go. I want structural network. And the bonus decimation position. Nice. Alright. That zone is a bend. Where do we want the bend? We want the bend here. Or do we? Yes. I think we do. Or here. Yeah, I think here. Because that lane is getting all the problems. Or is it because of the distance? I think it's because of the distance. Let's add more distance to this guy. This lane. Do we get bonus for rerolls? Plan to reroll and I just wanna know. Not really, but doesn't matter. We have so much free gun. That's a straight. 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 I am gonna add a straight in here. There is. I want a high building next to the neutral building. Do I wait? But I can create a pit here. Just 3 zones needed. I need 3 zones, I could get a pit. What here? I need 2 zones, I could get a pit here. Wait, I almost forgot. I need to extend this. Um, 3. Need 1, 2, 3. I could get a bit. This I need to extend. What is closest? 1, 2. Two of them. 1, 2, 3. If I extend this, they will go inside. I'll extend this guy. Yeah, 3 heights. Inward or this? I think like this. No. I want the higher tile closer, but that's just a 2. This is also a 2. Ah, it's a 3. Okay, good decision. It's a 3. Now, actually want this. So look at that, height 3. Then you can add like pumas and claymore next to it for the bonus range. Next time, I think let's save up on platforms and add this. Doesn't cover much. It will not benefit really. Yeah, it doesn't cover as much. I could add range, but does it matter? Not really. Nah. Yeah. Let's save up, I think. I want more mirror doors. And more pits. And I have saved up a lot already. I think I'll wait for threat rebuild before I use up my supply. That is if I survive. If I get... Yeah, I reached 50 HP in the previous fight. Or previous week. Now I'll risk it. I'm overconfident this session. Oh my god, I barely survived. I want barricades for sure. I think I want a super heavy pulse cannon, but I don't have platforms. I want it here. I think I want barricades. I'll add barricades next to the HQ. And upgrade the HQ HP. Yeah. Oh my god. I really want a pulse cannon though. Okay, I think let's make a decision. I think we can skip on the detection. The problems probably are the shielded guys. Oh wait, no. The problem is this lane. And in this lane, the problem is... Yeah, how about the barricades? I'll just take the barricades. Let's be even more risky. Oh god, I did not heal to equal HQ. Okay. Let's add a barricade. Upgrade the HQ HP. Add another barricade. Upgrade HQ HP. And another barricade. And the HQ HP. I'm not sure. How about I have 9k. Let's disregard detection and add shield breakers. Again, disregard detection. Wait, the problem is not this lane, it's the other side. I do not have any more extra bastions. Should I add the Durandal? Do I have a bonus for having one Durandal? Yes. The Durandal should be placed in the best spot, so the Durandal should not be beside this. This should be beside Werewolf? No. Not the Werewolf. What should be beside it is want to protect this lane. What's the best? $20k. There will probably even more problems. Even more. Oh wait, HQ repair. Could take this guy. Yeah, let's take this guy. Let's add a sturdy bunker. Right, 1.0, 1.0. I want sturdy bunkers together, so probably just a scout hideout. Yeah, let's just spend recon for the scout hideout. Height 1, height 0. I think let's take height 1. Height 1. No need for firepower on that guy. Detection and range. How about sturdy bunker? For Puma. Wait, is air a problem? Yeah, air is a problem. Air and shield. All of them are a problem. Will face planting still work? Let's get this. And is there a problem in this area? Not really. Will we survive? I hope so. Let's go. Oh no. Oh yes. am alive for now. Another mirror door and barricade combo. Let's go. Threats are... Okay, detection is a problem. And air. We need both anti-air and detection. Shield breakers, not as much. Should have waited for this guy. Okay, so we need shield breakers and anti-air. No, detection. Detection and anti-air. This is also air. Swarm. Detection, anti-air, detection. Final wave will also matter, so. We need strong detection. For a pet, we need 2. This one. For this pet, we need 1, 2. Connect it. Now we really need to increase the length of this guy. I'll work on this. Then mirror door. I need the mirror door. Here. Range. Yes. To support. How much do I heal? 95%. One more mirror door and it's 100% healing. But I don't really need it, right? I mean, if I get damage 100%, then I just die. So healing more, healing 100 or more doesn't matter. So no rush for that. The rush is, I think, even more barricades. Yeah. I have 4. Barricade here, HQ upgrade, barricade here, HQ upgrade, barricade here, HQ upgrade. Now, I do hope we survive better than the last round. And I hope we could get more bastions. I would have wanted, like, if I could get detection, I could get protectors with detection. So sad. Will I get even more pets? No, not much. Gotta get platforms for my 1 Durandal that I will add. I don't know. I will use my amplifier on my best building later. Okay. Let's go. Oh no. Oh yes. I survived. Joint operations. What is this for? Where is it? Look for the helicopter. Launches, assault talons, joint operations, launches, assault talons, talons to deliver assault teams to the heat of battle. I could get anti-air in Python missile launcher. Assault team gain. I think this is more about troops. Yeah. I don't need troops. Well, I need everything, but I need a bastion. Scout hideout is good to have. I need the bastion. I need the bastion where? I need the bastion somewhere here, I think. Do I have a platform for this? No. Do I wait for the platform? I think yes. I want to. I have much tech. Air is a problem. Do we wait for this threat reveal? Yeah. I wanna. Our best building is the HQ. 11k. If double that is 22k. Can we survive 22k? Let's try and survive the next wave. Let's go. Yes. Let's go. Let's get detection. Bastions. Reroll. If I do this, there will be more entry points on this battlefront compared to this battlefront, so no. Reroll. Right here, extend that, and is that a height 3? No. I think I stink. How about detection? Should probably start adding Puma next to the HQ. Puma or I want pulse cannons. Claymores. And I want detection too, so I want or I need. Does this give detection? Gain detection. Does not give detection. So no. Let's try to survive face planting. Let's go. We don't need discovery. We want the bastions to be better. We want supply, for sure. Final wave contains more and stronger tier 3 foes. Detection and flying. Okay. We probably won't be able to get any more platforms. Which means we really need to start working on detection. So bastion. No choice about this. Let's just add it in. There's still 20% damage. Detection and shooting floor. Or ammo storage. I think shooting floor. Shooting floor. Okay, have detection, so shooting floor. Then and we combine salamanders, salamander, the puma, and claymore. So the focus should be the bastions. This guy has detection, shooting floor. This guy doesn't have detection. I think ammo storage. Bastion somewhere over the rainbow. And close to the HQ is best. Not the best. I think I'll hold on to this bastion. Let's count the entry points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy has 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This has more entry points. We need more firepower here. We need the claymore, I think. There's only one barricade left, so I want to pit here. I'll add the barricade, and salamander at 2 high. Is there anywhere that's too high that I can cover this part? No. 0, 2, 1, 1, 1. How about here? Add the claymore here. And the puma. Yeah, I think here. Or here. Claymore can go. There will always be only 3 tiles adjacent. Same here. Height 2 and 2. Good for pumas, not claymores. Can I gain range on this guy? No. No. We save and still survive. Can we add pumas next to the HQ and survive it? If this guy gets more range, it can cover just that way. Not much. Yeah. The additional range at 3 height is, yeah, just like that. This makes me want to save the supply. What else can I upgrade? Let's upgrade this air damage and where do we want to use the tech? Yeah, detection buildings should be strong. $23. God. Let's try to survive. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yes. One platform. Does that matter? One platform. Just one platform. No, I don't think so. Sturdy bunker, no. This, yes. Let's create a pit for supplies here. Spawns 100 supply worth of pendor. That's extra supply each wave. Just 2 waves. Supply production 50 in 2 waves. Nah, it won't pay off. Except if I use the scout hideout. Yeah, I'll use this. Height 2, height 1, height 2. The coverage though. Height 2 can cover more. And let's use up the recon. Not now, later. Let's upgrade what? We don't really need the werewolf bonus upgrade, right? But we don't have any additional werewolves. The Durandal, however, we need probably the 10% damage. So let's get one Durandal, give it protection, give it longer range. How much does it cover? Not much. Reach down. No, this is not the best. Nor is this. Yeah. Doesn't matter at all. This neutral building doesn't matter. This, not much. What can we do? How about height 0, height 3, height 2, height I'll add this, I think. A little bit of anti-air, and then protection and protectors. Yeah. What else? Height 3 Durandals. Height 3 Durandal. 1 place. Here or here. We don't need the sanction attenuator anywhere, right? Oh look, HQ HP. Look at this. I target a building that does not matter, and then, or maybe not target anything at all, and then increase the HQ HP, get a weapon with detection, and then the building that does not matter that gets less range, but I get detection for one building. Yeah, I want that kind of combination. Then I can also use the amplifier Get a pulse cannon. And target a building actually. Get a pulse cannon. Increase the damage of a building and make that building stronger. Ooh. Wow. I want that somewhere here. Let's rotate this. I want that to have a good building beside it. This pulse cannon should face this way. The building it upgrades should be facing this lane, and then attenuator doesn't matter, I think. Yeah, the weapon is round. How about amplify this? Wait, this already has detection. Doesn't need the detection. Could get the range though. The attenuator gives the detection to adjacent buildings. Detection or range. Then if that's the case, then I could what does this guy give? Target I want a pulse cannon. Damage to that building. Gives range to whoever. This just range. This is detection. This is what I need. Can I do this? Nice to know. I hope we survive. I want to at least leave the stream with a win. I mean, even if we are overconfident. Oh wait. Barricade here. More HQ HP. Usable parts. 10k. 10k. I have 10k. I have a lot to spend. Yeah, I have a lot to spend. Why don't I spend it? If I do this, I don't need learning machines. I could give it range. 1, 2, not much. How many entry points? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this lane is the problem, so give it range, give it detection, and get the most expensive one. If we could get okay, alright, about this height 2, height 3. Height 3 is this. Can we get claymores next to it anywhere? No. So this lane needs a little bit of love. I think I want claymores next to my HQ or close. I only have one though. I really want a Durant Valkyrie with detection. Look at the range though. 1, 2, just here. Doesn't cover much. And I can no longer increase the range. Except if I used this, I think. How much range is that? 4 range? 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't reach that still. No. Do I settle for this? Yeah, I think I should. Somewhere here, and then add the amplifier, add the attenuator to give it detection. Pulse cannon doesn't really matter. I can add electric arc generator at height 3. Add this here. Height 2, height 2, height 2, height 2, height 2, height 2. We want it closer to the amplifier. amplifier like this, Durandal here, attenuator like this. That's adjacent to. Wait, I don't want this. I want this upgrade instead. I want the face planting though. Face planting and then a weapon with detection. Yeah, I'll just do that. Face plant and then weapon with detection. Face planting with weapon with detection. Height 3 somewhere close to home. Height 3. Probably here. If that is the case, then I won't make the Durandal here. I need the Durandal though. Should I just amplify this guy? But I amplify this guy like this. Shipbreaker here, building damage and range. Oh, I want to use this beside a I don't know. It's taking so long. Just use it on the Durandal. Reach and damage, minus reach, but detection. Oh yeah, face plant. I keep forgetting. I need the face plant. Where? Side one. This guy, then damage, damage. There is an adjacent building, so slow. Right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I survived. The last wave though. Oh look, platform. Bastion and platform. Yeah. So this won't get any range, but couldn't add a claymore. Huh. Detection and aerials. The shields though, I see the shields. It doesn't break. Huh. Yeah, I'll just put the Durandal here. Oh, there's also 3. Wait. Where is the attenuator? Attenuator. Where did I put? Oh, here. I already used it. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We need the pulse cannon. I also need a Durandal, I think. That's also 10 damage for everyone. Pulse cannon. And Durandal here. 15% though. The method is face planting, so no. We choose range. Yeah. Wait. Oh no, there's not 3 height. One range is fine. I think Reduction weapon. One? Just 1 damage? Yuck. I need the pulse cannon, right? Is this better? 25%? I think so. I want the blasted machine. Less range is... I think less range is fine. 1, 2... Yeah, it's fine. I hope. I hope it breaks. Breaks the shields. 26. I hope you break the shield better. More damage. Oh yes, this gives range. Even more range. So, yeah. I don't want the HQ HP to go down, so like this. Range going down is fine, I think. So, and blessed machine. Yes. Nice. How much can I spend? Right. I have a bastion. I have salamander. Salamander. Height 3. Oh. 3. Height. Somewhere I could add you. Nah, it's a UE. This is height 3. High ground. Detection is not the problem here. Yeah, we have 2 of them with detection already. So shields, I think, is a problem. Shield and ammo storage. I have more to spend. Not you. Claymore defense. Here. I want a Claymore defense. I want it next to Salamander, and then add a Puma. Do I have enough to spend for that? Have 1 platform. Attenuator, why? Why should I put you beside the attenuator? Detection? Not really. Where can I add a Claymore? Somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah, I only have 1 platform, so nowhere. I can add it nowhere. Should I add something next to this guy? Not really. How high is this? 2. If I add a Claymore here, no, I'll just add it here. Wait a minute. How high is this? Is this fine? I think so. To range to adjacent Claymores and Puma. And -1 range, but +2 range, so +1 range. Does it matter? +1 range. This weapon has that range. Anti-air, +1 is good. Shield breaker, +1, that's fine. And frag launcher or air. Dual barrage, not sure. Just to range, even more range. Yeah, dividing horrors. So open this. Spend recon. Doesn't have much range, so it's about the bonuses. Range and minus cost. Now Claymore. Just good. Sky and shield break is good. Anti-air is good. Another anti-air here or frag launcher? I think frag launcher. Range or damage? Let's add the Puma first. Puma. How much high flyers will pass here? Not much. I think this orientation is better. Yeah, this orientation with anti-air, range or damage. I think range, and then range or damage. I have only two. I'm not sure. Let's wait and add the Puma first. Same way. Same way I added the other one, I think. Then anti-air. Even more range and yeah, no more, not much to spend anymore. Range and damage. How about this analyzer? I have two to spend. How about let's spend it on this, the barricades next to the pits. Yeah, all right, will we survive? Will we win? I tried to speed up the first few waves, but the last waves became too long. Why? I started the theme with overconfidence, and I'm ending it with suffering and regret. All right. Now this is the final wave. How are we going to end our stream? I don't know. I hope we survive and win. Let's go. Oh no. Oh. We won, yes. Alright, new doctrine unlocked. Reach wave 30 with at Architectus Droh. Unbreakable faith, yeah. HQ plus 20% HP per battlefront. Win an expedition with Architectus Droh. All buildings plus 35% HP. Heavy industry. New hero unlocked. Reach 400 supply production in a single game. Iron Dragoons, Martial Tender. Powers are Imperial Connections plus 1 choice during reinforcements. Ooh, nice. Imperial Wealth. Start with 100 supply production or plus 100. All right. I think that's a good way to end the stream. Started with overconfidence, ended with suffering and regret. Or no, we did not regret it because we won. We won the expedition. We lost one, but we won another. Yeah. Am I still confident? No. That was dangerous. 22. Yeah, half health. Well, at least we were able to survive by face planting the face of the enemies on the walls of our HQ. Nice. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't think I'm gonna plan the later part of the waves for too long. I was too I don't know. I got hit by OCDC, ADHD, all of the letters that you know. I'm not diagnosed, but that's because I didn't check. I didn't go to the hospital to get diagnosed. I probably need to. Anyway, that's one win, one loss, one cup of coffee, one stream. I really took a hit with my confidence. I'll end the stream now. I hope you enjoyed my suffering. See you again on the next one.